Well, let's see what's happening here. There we go. There's the connection I was looking for. And then how do I know it works over there? I don't know. We're going to figure it out. We are going to figure it out. Today is the day of figuring it out. That's right. You heard it here first, folks. We are going to figure some snuff. We're going to figure some snuff out today. I don't know what that really means, but that's what we're going to do. Hey, woke up this morning a little bit later than usual, actually. Woke up at 3:50 today because I stayed up till 11:30 last night. Look, you can see it right here, too, in this little thing in my hair. But I slept in a little bit today, slept until 3:50, got up at, went to bed at 11:30, slept until 3:50 because our little girls they're going to bed in their own rooms now, and we're having to do different little check-ins. The night routine has shifted just a little bit in our favor, which I'm excited about, but my wife and I were up a little bit late. So stayed up an extra half hour, slept in that extra half hour, got up 3:50, grabbed the Morning 5 planner. Right there at the top of the Morning 5 planner was a quote submitted by this guy right here. His name is Sean Peno, and Sean's been a part of our program. Ooh, that's cool. Sean has been a part of our program here on Rise and Grind Live for a very long time. He's a member of our community that I greatly appreciate. And the quote that he submitted to the Morning 5 Planner was this: ask and you shall receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open. Now, my guess is you probably have come across that before. It is a biblical quote and one of my favorites, right? Last year, my word of the year was ask. That was my word of the year because I was talking to a guy named Tim Story, and I was like, Tim Story, how come I'm not doing some of the things that it is that I want to do? And he was like, bro, it looks like you got everything together. It looks like everybody just thinks that you're rocking, that you don't need any help. You never ask for help. I'm like, oh, we're going to change that today. So last year we did a lot of asking, and it was an amazing, amazing year. So I love that. We got to ask for those gifts and blessings that we hope to receive. We have to knock on the door, right? You notice these are all action words. Ask, knock, take action. That's what we're going to do today. Heather Parady's here with me. We have an amazing interview lined up for you today. Super excited. And by the way, I can see all my YouTubers now. We got that set up. So Ryan, I see you over there on YouTube. Leisha Moore, I'm glad you're here. Jeremy Lemus on YouTube. I see Liza Myers-Borchis. Yeah, over on YouTube. That's amazing. Zone of Genius. I'm guessing Zone of Genius, Heather. Who would that be? Let's see. Zone of Genius. Do you know the Zone of Genius guy?
I don't know. Their name pops up here and there, but it seems kind of questionable to me.
It might be spam. It could be a spammer. Just kidding. That's our friend Ramon Ray, Zone of Genius. He's over on YouTube. I see Don Sankey's over on YouTube. Christina Howard, thanks for being there. Tony T. So we're having a big push over on YouTube this week. We're trying to figure it out, and your support of that means the world to me. So for those of you that are over on YouTube, thank you. Those of you on Facebook, I'll say hi to you in just a minute. Good morning and welcome to Rise and Grind Live. Unlock your full potential with the power of daily motivation, education, inspiration with your host, Glenn Lundy, a husband to one, father to 8, global motivational speaker, and the author of The Morning 5.
I'm Heather Parady, former therapist turned online entrepreneur and wannabe comedian.
Celebrity interviews, transformational information, and a massive community around the #1 morning show in the world. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Oh, sorry about that. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Oh, are you drinking coffee on camera?
Oh. Spit it out. Wouldn't it have been great?
It would have been great. It would have been great. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, today is Friday. That's right. Today is Friday, January 5th, 2024. Can you believe we're already at our first? This is the first Friday of the year. This is the first Friday of 2024. Here we are, Friday, January 5th, 2024. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Friday, January 5th, 2024. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where it is, we've been in a series this week called The Dawn of a New Era. And we've gone through, we've talked about a bunch of different things this week as we roll into a new year, new season of life, all of those things. And it's also a new era for this show, the show, hashtag Rise and Grind Live. It's a new era because, one, we're really going to shift our focus a little bit, streamline it, utilizing YouTube is going to be a big part of what we do in 2024. Also, it's a dawn of a new era because I've been doing this show since January of 2018. And prior to about, I don't know, a month ago or so, I'd had like one guest that was supposed to be here that didn't show up for me. That's what happened for 5 years. Well, apparently we're in the dawn of a new era because today we are interviewing Kay McCole, where fashion meets purpose, on her website. She's an amazing superhuman doing incredible things. And Heather and I are very excited to spend some time with her today. But with that said, our friend Kay McCole, she seems a little shy today, Heather. She seems a little shy this morning. What are you thinking? What do you think's going on here?
I think I'm an unlucky charm for you because you always said, because when we started saying, hey, let's go back to Friday interviews, I'm like, have you ever had anybody not show up? And you're like, one time people show up. And I'm like, okay, cool. I roll in here, people are like, never mind. I don't know. I mean, I was excited. I had a lot of questions for this one, so kind of sad. But we're gonna have a good show anyway.
We are gonna have a good show anyway, and she seemed like a pretty cool lady. And there's a little video clip that I have of her that I want to share with everybody. Miss McCole herself has yet to arrive. Who knows? She might just be fashionably late, right? She could be fashionably late.
That's possible.
That's possible.
Are you gonna show me the video anyway?
Yeah, so she is yet to arrive. So check. We're gonna bring her in. Well, what would that be called? Virtually? I don't know what it would be called, but we're gonna bring her in. Check it out.
Okay.
TKBS Nation, it's your girl, Kay McCole. I am so excited for Thursdays. You know why? Because Thursday is life and style. We're gonna kick it off real quick and real easy. I got 4 questions for y'all, but this is what we're talking about: body type and body talk. Question number 1, what type of body do you have? Do you know what your body type is? And can I be honest, most of you do not. Most people don't. You don't know if you're an apple, a pear, a orange, a square, a triangle. Truthfully, most people walking around like some kind of fruit cocktail because they have no idea. They're dressing each and every different part of their body. But we'll learn about that. Or number 2, are you still shopping for your pre-COVID body? Yeah, that pre-COVID body that was 15 pounds, and in some people's cases, 25 pounds smaller than you are now. Pre-baby weight. Yeah, pre-baby. Or your high school wear. Are you still wearing not your size? Not your cheese, not your size. We're going to talk about that too. And fellas, let me be very honest. Life and style is not just for the ladies, because I'm coming down your road too. Are you still doing the skinny pants trend? Because you really don't want to know what size their belly is, so you keep on getting pants that just go around your thighs. I'll wait. Okay. Or number 3, do you know what your best body assets are? Is it your face, your legs, your butt? In some places, just your smile. Listen, we're going to find out about that too. And the last one, if you do know the answer to number 3, do you know how to balance the two? Do you know how to balance your asset with your self subconscious piece, that thing that you don't want to show, the things you always want to be able to hide or conceal. So those are the first 4 things we're going to be talking about in the upcoming segments, and so much more on Thursdays with your girl, K. McCole, on TKBS. Listen, it's going down. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be entertaining. And it's going to be all things life and style. How you can live your life stylish. Life is for the living. Why not be fly while you live?
Life is for the living. Why not be fly?
Wake up.
Why you living?
Fruit bowl. Fruit bowl. You know your fruit type, Glenn Lundy? What's your fruit type?
I'm probably a fruit cocktail. Is that what you said? A fruit cocktail, dressing up all, or maybe I'm the skinny jean guy that doesn't want to know how big his belly's got. I could be the COVID one with an extra 15 pounds. I might be all of them.
She was shooting it straight, man.
She was shooting it straight, dude. I sure hope in the remaining moments of this morning that she arrives. However, with that said, if she does not, we gotta get her. You gotta go get her. You gotta go get her, Heather. You gotta go get her. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right, I need you to hit that share button, because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you, yes, you, to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Does that sound fair? Heather, you can shout out some folks too if you've got the opportunity. All right, I see Bella Rigby's in the building. I see Paula is up in here, and Mr. Nathaniel Banks, great to see you. Rachel Krimnick is in the building today. Thanks for being here, Rachel. We really appreciate it. Paula Collins, Renee Hayes, Russell Hill, Kimberly Hatfield. You see any folks over there? Where are you? YouTube, Facebook?
People. I see some. Oh, you know I'm over on YouTube. Donna Piper dropping emojis over there. Hello, good morning, Alicia Moore. We got Toby T, Ramon Ray, of course. Rodney Hatfield, Dawn Sankey, Alchemy Blueprint, Alicia Moore. We got Debbie. We got Dr. Jeannie. I think the party's happening over on YouTube. We even have Pastor Jeff over there. So, I mean, y'all need to roll over there. Just saying. It
does look like there is quite the party going on over on YouTube, which we are thrilled about, by the way. We appreciate your support so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button over there on YouTube. Heather and I are talking about doing some other maybe features down the road a bit over on YouTube as well. There's morning talk and then there's night talk. Let's just be honest. There's morning talk and then there's night talk. It's a little bit different.
It's true.
Yeah. So we're thinking we might do some night talk over on YouTube. So y'all make sure you subscribe to the YouTube over there. And Heather, I gotta ask, like, this is what my iPhone looks like. This is my iPhone. Can you see it? Or maybe it'll zoom in.
Why is it an iPhone issue with you? Maybe it's just.
Okay, that's why I'm asking questions. All right. Oh, wait. So this is the new iPhone. Right. Okay, there it goes. It'll do comments like that. You see how it's doing comments for a little bit? And then, like, they'll all go away. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't. Like, I see them for a second and then it disappears. No. It just goes away. Kind of weird. Hey, Stephen Gerald's here with us though today on Facebook. Stephen Gerald's my guy. Yeah, Stephen Gerald's amazing. See, look, they just look, it just faded out. Look, see how they're all gone?
Click. Are you on Facebook or YouTube?
Oh, and then they just come right back as soon as I click it. This is Facebook. I got YouTube over here. I got Facebook over here. So it's just fade now. It's like a fade effect.
It's a fancy phone. iPhones are fancy.
Fancy. So instead of just showing you the comments nonstop, they start to fade at some point.
Yes. Isn't it a great experience?
All right. Yeah, I'm getting it. Well, Stephen Gerald's here. I'm glad you're here. Stephen Gerald, Alicia Moore, thanks for being here. Natasha Smith, Daryl Green, Stephanie Toadvine. She's live in 2024. Let's go. My sister's on here. Heather, my sister, Tina Carroll, she lives in Arizona. It's 3:45 a.m. She just got off of work. She works night shift at a casino. Then she gets off work. And this year, after she gets off work, she's going to join us on the show. And then she's going to go to bed.
That's so cool. Good morning to you. Nice to meet you. I'm Heather. Hi.
Super cool. So she's here. Everybody's here.
Awesome.
Let's get the segue, and then we'll have one heck of a show. But first, before we can get the segue, I have to actually download it because I forgot to do that earlier. So let me do that right now. Heather Parady, a new dawn arises. What is the greatest lesson you learned in 2023? Go.
I need people. I need people. I need community. I have a tendency to self-isolate and put my head down and work. And I don't, obviously you can see my office here. I have a virtual team. I don't have in person. And I really felt the repercussions of that. So this year, a huge focus is for me to get my booty back in circles with real life people.
You know, I love that. And I felt a little bit of that myself, right? I have some very, very, very dear friends. You're a dear friend of mine. You live in Augusta, somewhere in Georgia, right? Then I have a very dear friend named Danelle who lives somewhere in Colorado. I have a very dear friend named Liza who lives up in Virginia, right? And then I haven't seen my neighbors in 3 years, right? And so we thought about that, my wife and I. We're actually doing our first couples potluck this weekend.
I heard that. So my question was, where are all the kids going?
Somewhere else.
You're like the yard.
No, my kids are going to their Gaga's house, and then all the couples have kids too, and all the kids are getting placed in homes.
Do all these couples know each other already?
No, they don't. They don't all know. They all know us, but they don't know
so
each
fun.
other. It's gonna be great.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that's really, really cool.
So
that
what
was
else?
an intention with you and Leslie to start hosting to bring the neighborhood together.
Yeah. So at the end of the year, right, what we did, and we got to make sure to keep Kay in this conversation here. So at the end of the year, my wife and I rented a hotel room, right? And we sat down in the hotel room. That's the little spot that Kay McCole would be here with us. Right?
Oh,
that's her. That's
pop
her.
in anytime. You're
Yeah,
good.
she
You're
can
good.
just chime in and feel free to join the conversation. So, at the end of the year, my wife and I rented a hotel room 15 minutes from our house, and we sat there and we mapped out 2024, and we made sure to put the things that are a priority on the calendar first, right? Because if we don't get them on the calendar first, you know how it is. It just never ends up happening. And so while we were there, we mapped out one in-person, like at-home date, and one outside of the home date for every month. And then we went through and like, what are we going to do? So on and so forth. And like, not just, we're going on a date, but like, where are we going? We got tickets to Jordan Peterson. We're going to see Jordan Peterson in Louisville later in the year. We went on and bought those. Like, we went ahead and did the whole year with intention. And this was on there doing like a little couples potluck thing.
I like that you went ahead and bought the tickets, planned where you're going to go, because it would be very easy to reschedule something. Oh, it's okay if we skip this. But when you have a commitment like that, it's going to be a little more difficult for you to say no.
Yeah, and I think that's really what we needed. I don't know how it is for other people, but like, it's already the 5th of January. Friday's already here. Like, it seems like time just goes like this. And so we can have very good intentions of doing things, but getting them done is a whole different deal. So make the investment up front, do the heavy lifting up front, and now we just got to stay on top of the calendar, the rest of the year. So what else did you learn? What else did you learn in 2023?
Learn. I feel like there was a lot of stuff that just came to my awareness that I really need to work on. There's so much that I have left to, I mean, obviously we're on a journey of healing, but to heal in my own heart. I'm going to tell you something that's really going to shock you. Like,
I am ready for it.
are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Saturday, I have a commitment in my calendar that I am going to attend a church service on Saturday.
Shut up.
Yes. And I'm telling you because it's going to be an accountability thing. Everybody knows here. But I was just really reflecting on the year. And man, we talk about spirituality a lot, not to go too deep here, on the Rise and Grind show, because that's going to be another show maybe one day. But I don't know the answer to some of my questions, but back to the community piece, I don't feel like I have a lot of in-person people to discuss things with, and I really want that. So I was doing a lot of online searching and just like everything in my soul. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But I found a church that they do a lot of outreach, a lot of inner city stuff. They have a program for kids who want to enter into music, and they foster that, and they do it on Saturday nights, and they have a policy to sleep in on Sunday. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. The pastor wears like Jordans and real laid back, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go on Saturday, just me. I might bring Lucy with me, I don't know. And I thought I'd tell you that because you get a good old shock.
That's amazing. So they do stuff Saturday night and then sleep in Sunday. That's really outside the box. I love that. Heather, I know what a big deal that is for you.
I'm like terrified. I haven't been inside of a church in years intentionally. So It's a very big deal. But back to the community piece. And then I told you the other day, my resistance towards things, I'm really starting to pay attention. Like, okay, if you have a lot of resistance, you need to heal something. So I need to heal something to do with church or that world. And so I'm going to go and see what's going on. I might leave and cuss and never go back again, but
you might, that might be the case.
We'll
and
see.
It might not, it might be you check that one out. And if that one doesn't work, you go to another one, right? And you go to
I don't
another.
know about all that. That's pushing it.
I'm just saying, just maybe. Just maybe. I went to like 7 or 8 different ones till I found one that I felt like, okay, this connects me spiritually. That's what I need, right?
Yeah.
I need that vibe. That's incredible, Heather. I'm super excited about that. I'm also very interested in what Miss K. McCole has learned in 2023. So, Miss McCole, greatest lesson that you learned in 2023. Silence is a virtue. I agree.
Why does that not get old? Why does that not get old? I don't know if it's because it's early, but that's epic. I'm so sad. Here, I have an idea, y'all. I have an idea. Listen, I know we're playing, I know we're messing around with her, but these are still hand-selected, really cool people who are doing
very
amazing
cool people
things out in this world. I'm going to drop her Instagram over on YouTube and Facebook, and y'all do us a favor. Maybe just maybe our role this morning is to blow her up and give her a bunch of encouragement of the women she's impacting, the lives she's changing. So I'm going to drop her IG. Y'all slide to her DMs anyway and let her know that this community loves her.
That I think
go back to laughing.
I think that's incredible. I think that's amazing. I love that. All my YouTube peeps over here, all my Facebook peeps over here. I'd also like to see in the comments, if you would, greatest lesson you learned in 2023. If you could do that, what is the greatest lesson you learned in 2023? If you could put it in a sentence, that would be great. Drop that in the comments. Together, collectively, as a group, we can all learn from each other, right? Heather, what you just shared right there. I love how you used the word awareness, right? I'm starting to have an awareness that this exists in me or around me, and that's where things start. And then what you tapped into, as far as if you feel like it's, there's a ton of resistance around it, that might be the thing that you need most in life. I remember being so like, just resistance, I guess, is a great word. I remember having that resistance when Colin Kaepernick took a knee in 2017 and everyone was fighting over, him doing that. The country went bonkers. And I just remember feeling all this resistance and everything was so negative and everybody was so divided. And that's what inspired me to do the first Rise and Grind episode back in January of 2018. Almost 6 years ago.
Isn't that cool? The inspiration came through the package of something that didn't feel good and was kind of rubbing you the wrong way. But it was just a disguise for a gift, right?
Yeah, it was
It's so
icky,
cool.
right? It was an icky space. And I didn't think, I'm like, dude, there's nothing you can do about it. The world's going to be divided. Just deal with it. Like, that's how I felt about it for like a year, right? Like the world's, there's nothing you can do about it. Like you can't
That's what
change.
people say.
Can't change the internet.
People.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is. There's nothing you can do. So then I finally was like, well, we can at least create a tiny little space right here, right? Tiny little space. So listen, Heather, check this out. Marilyn Wilkins says, more of me is what resonates. She needs to be herself more. That's the lesson she learned from 2023. Sarah Wagner Eversman, her lesson was, not everyone is your friend. And I think that's a good reason. That's a good lesson, though. You got to sometimes realize, like, not everybody's meant for everybody. That's a fact, Jack, and that's okay. It's cool, right? Donza Montgomery says, the only person I can control is myself.
I'm feeling all kinds of convicted. You reading these?
Facts, right? Christina Howard says, like Heather Parady, stop resisting. I'm dealing with those things as well. When we deal with them, things will change.
Come on, friend.
Can I get an amen? Stephen Gerald says, I have to grow myself before I can impact others.
These are good.
Walk the walk. Jacqueline Underwood, your life could be disrupted at any time. Don't make an excuse, make adjustments.
Good.
Down with that? I'm down with that. Stephanie Toadvine, greatest lesson from 2023. I tried to move too fast and implement too much. I need to go back to the basics and really narrow down my avenues and do this thing right. And then she puts a hyphen and she says, for my sanity. Let's go. Let's go. I like that, right? I can't do 10 things well. Identify priorities and focus on a few instead of a bunch. Girl, I'm with you. I just had a meeting, Heather, yesterday with the team. You'll like this, being the content creator that you are. So wrote the legacy titles, which is at the publisher, by the way, being laid out right now. We will have books in hand in 24 days or so, if all goes well. There's 12 principles in there, because you helped me shoot the
They're good.
audio. So Heather Parady is one of only 2 people. Well, that's not true. She's one of a handful of people that have seen and heard the book from beginning to end, which we had a great time. Thanks for coming up for that. That was awesome.
It was so good. We laughed, got revelations. It was an absolute blast.
We
I
got
can't wait
completely
to read it.
exhausted. It was super fun. But I sat down with the team and I said, all right, check it out. We're clearing out all sorts of social media stuff that we've been doing. We've been doing 500 posts a month on all these different channels, right? Clearing all that out, right? All those extra channels are gone. The book is coming out. The book has 12 principles printed right on the back of the book. All 12 principles. Those 12 principles have been modified into all of my training. All of my training is set up for my 800% Elite Automotive Club for the next 12 months. It's all there, right? So that's all set up. The team all has the principles, and all the content that we're creating and that we're going to create is going to speak to one of those 12 principles for the next 12 months in different ways, right? Because we can teach the same thing multiple different ways. And we're just streamlining it through those channels, right? Our YouTube channel, Facebook channel, et cetera, but streamlining it all. So I love your Instagram, how you made that shift. You can see exactly where you made the shift, and everything since then is just, it looks great.
Yes.
You know what you're going to get. And we're going to create that for our peeps.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Even when I speak on a stage, it'll be one of those 12 things, or two or three of those 12 things. Like, all we're talking about for the next 12 months is those 12 principles. That's it.
Let's freaking go.
Isn't that great?
Love that. You're going to see so much from that.
I think it's going to be stinking awesome. I'm really excited about it.
And what's going to be, what's so cool about it is the irony of that is you're going to be able to see so much more creativity come out of you because of the constraints that foster creativity. Now that you've put a container on it, man, you know what to create. I'm pumped.
You got to expand it while in the box. Doing less, but doing more. Stephanie Toadvine, thank you for that. Kim Fair says, people forget what you say, even if you don't forget what they say. You don't have to remind them. Just move forward.
Ooh.
Okay.
That has a story.
Yeah. People forget what they say, even if you don't forget what they say. Oh, interesting. Natasha Smith says, just keep it moving. That's it. Just keep it moving. Don Sankey says, stop talking about it and start doing it. Be ready to pivot. Let's go, Don Sankey. Yes, sir. Stop talking about it. Start doing it. Collaboration is the new currency, says Bella Rigby. Ooh, that's I think that's probably always been the case for humanity, but it seems like it's even more now. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I feel like before collaboration gave you a competitive edge, now I feel like collaboration is an absolute requirement.
100%. But it's interesting because the way culturally we're set up right now is towards isolation. So you have to be so much more intentional towards collaborating because it's not a natural piece, because we're literally, from the moment we wake up, I mean, this is not a great connector in a lot of ways. It's a divider. And you know, I'm a huge media fan. I mean, come on. So yeah, yes and amen. Glenn, you haven't said what your big lesson was, I don't think, in 2023. What is yours?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, see, back to you.
You ain't supposed to do that.
I do that.
By the way, though, based on that comment that you just made, I recently read an article that early humans used to spend 85% of their life outside.
Dude,
now we spend like 4% of our life outside. It went from 85 to 4. We're always indoors now, which a lot of these sicknesses, illnesses, depressions, and all these things, because we're not out. That's why, the sunrise is so inspiring. Like, we're meant to be outside. The sunrise was our call to be able to go back outside. It's safe, right? There's light. You can see, come outside. Yep. Now we're trapped inside all the time. So I thought that was really fascinating. And people's feet like never touch the ground anymore. Like, your feet never actually touch the earth. And there's energy, like a magnetic voltage that comes from the earth. And so this guy went outside and he was standing in his shoes with like a voltage meter and touched it to himself, and there was nothing. He took his shoes and socks off and stood on the raw ground and touched it, and the meter shot through the roof. Like, there's actually energy that changes the ions in your body when you're grounded to the earth.
Do you remember grounding? Remember at the very beginning, the grounding thing? Yeah, that's that piece of it. And it's so interesting to me, these mental health practices that people are like, oh, that's kind of woo and weird. It's like, that's what we were designed to do. That's what our bodies were literally created for, was connection to earth.
Go outside, people. Go outside. Biggest lesson I learned last year is that there are so many things in my life that I thought I knew, and the reality is they are simply things I was told. That was my big lesson in 2023.
What sparked that for you? Because you have said that so many times. You keep coming back and keep coming back. What happened where you just had that this revelation, like everything is a mystery?
Everything is a mystery. I don't know. I turned 46 this year. This was the year of 40. Like I passed, I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. And I don't know. I just started, I think, Heather, it's an interesting question now that you're making me think about it. I think that in the line of work that I do and the people I get the opportunity to serve and be around, it can be at times challenging to get them to break out of a belief, even if that belief isn't serving them. It can be very challenging to get them to break out of it. And I don't want to say through frustration, but just through repetitively having to crack these people.
Yep.
Just because I want to serve them well, and I can't until they let go. I think it made me start to look at things in my life and go, where are there people outside me that are frustrated, that are trying to crack me and trying to get me to understand that there's more out there? Like Grant Cardone, Grant's always telling me, playing too small, playing too small, playing too small. Got to think like this. You should do this, crack this open, get rid of that, right? And I resist at a lot of the things that he'll say, right? I'll resist. And so because I was experiencing it on the other side, I started looking inside going, where in my life am I doing the same thing that these folks are doing? And so I just started looking at, okay, I believe this. Okay, why do I believe it? And does that belief serve me? Is it serving me? Is it serving my family? Is it serving us well? And if not, let's make sure that at least we're aware of that. Awareness.
And which question came up last year that shocked you the most that you started questioning? Like, I cannot believe I'm even questioning this.
Oh, the flat earth stuff is crazy, bro. That stuff is nuts, man. Learning.
Really? Flat earth? That's it?
What's that?
Flat earth?
So once you go down the flat earth rabbit hole, right? And just so everybody's clear, I don't know if the earth is flat, and I don't know if the earth is round. And I know that sounds crazy. But I don't know. I've been told that it's one way for a really long time, but my experience is completely different than what I've been told. And so as I look at these things and you start to find out some, just interesting stuff, I'm like, holy smokes. Like the popular belief is X, and that's been the popular belief for the last, however long. But for thousands of years before that, the popular belief was something else. And so it's like, it's been really fascinating because it leads right back to the Bible, and it leads back, the whole flat earth thing leads to the Bible. It leads to God. It leads to there being a creator. It leads to design versus a scientific story of chaos and just Big Bang and randomness and so on and so forth, right? And so I never thought that something as silly sounding as the earth is not round would take me on such a journey into questioning everything.
Literally, yeah.
Literally everything. And not in a weird way, and again, it's not like I'm not the type, Heather, and you know this about me. I'm not the type that I'm going to lock down on one belief and that's where I'm putting my foot down and everything else is blinders. Like, I just don't live like that. Like, I can experience different perceptions, different thoughts, different ideas, different beliefs. I can experience it, absorb it, analyze it, what feels good for me, what doesn't feel good for me, what serves me and my family and my business, what doesn't serve me and my family and my business. I can play in that whole world without ever having to pick a side.
What's interesting is how we think questioning something means that our faith or our beliefs are being shaken versus more solidified. Because the other day I was talking to Brian about something, and we're just really doing some deep work right now on things. And he said to me, and he said it was true. He said, you don't really ask me questions anymore about myself. And I thought, man, you're right, because we've been married for so long that I assume I know everything. Like I know the answers that he's going to give without being curious anymore. And how much like faith or, relationships, whatever, we don't question things anymore because we already know. And that ends up stumping our growth in that area because we're not curious anymore. And all questions is just curiosity, which means you're fascinated by it, which means you care. Right.
Amen. Amen. And I think Heather,
this was deep. I'm sorry. I'm just like, burp,
I think also, Heather, what's been interesting on this journey, is I'm learning how much I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
Like just using that same example, the flat earth, round earth stuff. When you start looking at it, you realize you don't really know. I don't know anything about space, Earth, how it works. Like I'll read something, I'll be like, oh, is that's how that works? I didn't know that. Like, it's just amazing. Cool. Like we were told a couple things in school, right? Earth is round, 9 planets in the system. Here's how it goes around. There's this thing called gravity. You're flipping around at 1,000 miles an hour. The moon's rolling around at 24,000 miles an hour. We're all moving around the sun in this corkscrew thing at millions of miles an hour to pass the speed of light, and we're traveling through space, and it's ever expanding. And we're like, okay, cool, dope. That's it. Like that's all we know. And then there's a little globe that sits in the classroom, right? You froze up on me. Are you still there? I think I lost you right there. But it's just fascinating how little we know about the things that are a part of our everyday life. We just take things for granted, I think it's incredible. All right. On that note, we're just going to ask, I'm going to ask Kay McCall. I'm going to put her up on the mountain. Wait, are you there? She's back. But on that note, we lost you for a second there. But on that note,
we were going to do the mountain. I was hoping.
Yeah, we just got to put Kay McCall up on mountain, and we're going to call this show a wrap for today. So, Kay, we're really happy to have you today. It's been amazing having you on the show. And for all of you, my Rise and Grind family, the Rise and Grind tribe, if you would please blow Kay McCall up today. Go to KMcCall.com, K McCall, not Nicole, McCall with an M. Go to KMcCall.com, blow her up, send her an encouraging message, let her know how much we love her. And Kay, we're going to put you up on the top of a mountain real quick, all right? You are on top of a mountain, right? And it's this huge mountain, and at the base of the mountain is all of civilization, okay? All the civilization's there, and they're cheering, right? They're calling your name. Kay McCall, Kay McCall, Kay McCall. All right. And somebody, I don't know who it is. It's probably Ramon Ray, because he's the best host in the world. So Ramon Ray walks over and he hands you a mic, and you have 2 minutes to put some practical application wisdom, to drop it on him. Kay, what are you going to tell him?
That's called a mic drop.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's
we
go.
Need a video collage of all these awesome responses.
Oh my goodness. Silence is a virtue. Silence is a virtue. What an incredible lesson from Miss Kay McCall.
Stephanie just said, I'm always curious what these people say when they oversleep to Glenn, the 320 guy.
Yeah, I don't hear from them. It's what ends up happening. Yeah. But it creates powerful conversations with you, my friend Heather, which on that note, you and I do a lot of work together. We've worked together a lot. thank you for 2023, for your commitment and your dedication to making this show better and making my life better. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. And this time is always super valuable to me because you and I do a lot of projects, but to just be able to sit and talk with you is always like insightful, right? To just like have a chat with my friend Heather.
It's
So
fun. It's a lot of
appreciate
fun.
it.
This was our longest run together because when I was at the show before, I think we did it for about 6 months. So it's about 10 months now we've done this. This has been awesome.
Well, thank you.
Really been learned a lot.
Yes. And it's been great. Oh, I wanted to read something to you, Heather. I'm just going to do it while we're online because this might be valuable for someone else in the room.
Let's go.
And the reason I thought about it is because I know you were having some challenges with Wirecast, right?
Oh no.
No, listen to this.
Is this AI generated response?
No, listen to this. Listen to this. So my buddy, Justin Conoco, he's up in Canada. Super smart guy. Amazing guy. All right.
Okay.
And so we were talking. He's him and I are going to meet later and talk about the YouTube page. And then and he was telling me, and I told him that I got to figure out how to see comments from YouTube now. Like it's got to be a new layer, new piece. And he was like, "What software are you using?" I said, "I'm using Wirecast." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Most streaming platforms allow you to see comments from all of your platforms in one place. I'm not sure if Wirecast has to do that." And then he says, "The gold standard right now is StreamYard. They allow you to stream to LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, which Wirecast does all that as well, and has everything integrated." And then he goes into thumbnails and so on and so forth, right? So here's my response, right? My response is, "I would love the help and advice from YouTube. You're the man." And then I say, "I have StreamYard. I know it well. Wirecast is actual television broadcast software, much more technical, can do some things StreamYard isn't capable of when it comes to production. I do think Wirecast has that feature. I just haven't tapped into it yet. Blah, 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 blah." Right? That's my response.
Yeah.
I tell you all this for a reason. So then Justin comes back and says this. This is what I love about Justin and having real people in your life.
Let's go, Justin.
Justin says, "Okay, that's interesting." Right? And blah, blah, blah. And then he says, "In case no one told you, Glenn, television is dead." So I told him Wirecast is like full production TV software. He goes, "In case no one told you, Glenn,
Come on, Justin.
television is dead."
Whoa.
That was his. And then he says, most YouTubers that I know that have 7 to 10 million subs and live stream use StreamYard mainly because it's easy. Everything you described is why I wouldn't use Wirecast because it is technical and it is all those things, right? He said that way you can focus on the content and the audience rather than the gear.
Justin.
Then he sends me a link.
On.
Then he sends me a link. He says, if it's multicam setup, here's how to do that. Sends me a link to how to multicam to StreamYard. And then he said, "You do you, brother. Just giving you my honest opinion as I can feel the distractions and there always seems to be a glitch or two. But if you have other things in Wirecast, that's totally up to you. For YouTube specifically," and then he goes into some more advice and stuff around the YouTube.
Wow.
So I just wanted to share that with you because I know you like your StreamYard over there, and I pushed you over to the Wirecast. And I still think that there are probably benefits to Wirecast, but
Totally.
just because it's what we've always done doesn't mean it's what serves us and our audience best. And as I am in a season of life where I'm going, okay, let's question everything and not be so like locked in. Dude, I'm a master at Wirecast. You know that.
You are. It's like
You
a
see me.
production with you.
Yeah.
I don't know how you, I mean, if y'all saw his timeline, like when I do my timeline, there's like maybe 5 to 10 videos, and your girls, y'all know. I mean, y'all know it's a struggle. I'm like, hold on, let me click a video real quick. And I click it. This man has like 2 rows just of B-roll, just seamlessly clicking through. I mean, it is a production. It's a gift.
It is a production, and I know that I'm good at it. But TV died a long time ago, dude.
And what we've been saying on the show is less is more sometimes, and really getting focused if there's like honing in on something. So all the bells and whistles might not necessarily be the answer for you. You don't necessarily need it.
Yeah. So that's something you and I can look at together as we head into 2024, making sure that we are delivering powerful, impactful messages and content for not just our Facebook friends, but our friends over on YouTube as well that have been hanging with us all day today.
It's
yes.
6:20.
I know.
I thought it was 6. I'm sorry. I'm like,
No, like
y'all,
it's
okay.
been nice to talk to you.
Yes, this has been great. And I really, really, really appreciate Chemical. Like,
She really is phenomenal, because I didn't even really know about the fruit cocktail body type. I didn't know the fruit cocktail body type was a thing, and now I know all about it. So, and silence is a virtue.
From like I'm younger than I should be. Like I need to work on that. I need a DM her.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm in denial.
Thanks for hanging with us today. Thanks for hanging with us this week. I hope you had a great week. And I will be here on Monday. Heather will be with us next week as well. And you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you 5:30 a.m. right here on #Rise and Grind.